On today's episode, we will be discussing things our kids can say to us, but we would have gotten into serious trouble if we said that to our parents.
Hi, Namita. So the other day I was at a friend's party and all these kids were there too, right? Like our kids' friends. You were there too, right?
Yeah.
So they're a bunch of 13, 14-year-old kids and they were all in a different room from us. But when I went to meet them, I was so shocked because each one of them was like on their mobiles, right?
Yeah.
Parents are walking in and out and they see there's no interaction. These are not 2, 3-year-olds who side play. These are 13, 14-year-old kids. Now, seriously, I was just surprised. I was completely taken aback that these are young adults, right? These are not little kids. And if you came over to my house, or we're all adults sitting together where we were, and each one of us is just on the mobile, not even interacting with each other, what would they say about the party?
That's really very stupid,
Exactly. Thank you. And it's rude, it's obnoxious, and it's downright wrong. But we wouldn't have it. I would never go back to that person's house if all he wanted to do was on the phone. Now, at this age, we have to guide our children, right?
Yeah.
But no, parents are quite okay. Like, let them have the phone. I got that. Okay, that's your choice. But teach them that in a public setting, you have to talk to your friends. You cannot be on. Why are they not teaching their basics? And if any of you friends of mine are there, please listen to what I'm saying. Teach them social etiquettes. You are not teaching them correct etiquette. It's very wrong.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking that what can kids get away with today that would have gotten us to serious trouble, if not a smack or two?
Pretty much with everything, I guess, these days. It's so hard. Yeah. And if it is about, like, I have seen parents, giving phone to their children, like as a babysitter, like phone is a babysitter when they're in a restaurant, but when you are together with your friends, and that too at this age, like teenage, and then you're busy with the phone, I mean, it's a serious problem. It has to be addressed. And I agree that when parents are like okay with it, it's like, how can you be? So yes, you pointed out very correctly. And my favorite thing that our kids say to us, which my mother gets so upset to hear, is, I am bored. I don't have anything to do. What to do? I was like, oh my God, can you imagine? I mean, when we were young, what would have happened if we have told our parents that we are bored? My mother would have definitely given me 500 things to do around the house, clean up, wash the dishes, and there's so many things. Fold your clothes, fix up your almirah, arrange your books, and I'll keep, if you are bored, I will keep you so busy that you'll forget what bored is actually, and that's why my mother would have done. So even if my daughter or nephew says I am bored in front of my mom, oh, I get into trouble. It's like, what have you taught these kids? Can't you just give them some work to do? How can you say they're bored? There's 1,000 things in the house they can do. So yeah, and so you're very lenient. Like, yeah, my, but they think the other way around, that we are very strict. And my mom thinks they're like, no, you're very lenient. So we are kind of squeezing between the two. Yeah.
So I grew up for some years in Canada, and I forget. I mean, I don't even remember ever saying I'm bored because I was never bored making them. Another thing I hear parents complain about all the time, and this is from when they were really tiny to even when they're 18. And I just say, this is surprising, is that I won't eat this. Like kids say,
oh,
I'm not eating this.
That is very common, Simrit. Very, very common. very common.
And order me something. Do you think we could tell our parents, I'm not touching this food that's dal. All right. We would have to eat that same thing for the next 15 days, I think, if I said that.
Yeah, I mean, my mom would have given me one straight away. How can you say no? How can you disrespect food? It's like, so.
It's right. Like dinner or lunch is made, and the kids refuse to eat it because he or she doesn't like it. I mean, can you beat this? Like the parent goes, and then the parent sorry, yes, judgmental now. Parents go out and order the food. नहीं बच्चे को अच्छा नहीं लग रहा.
हाँ, भूखा सो जाएगा बेचारा बच्चा, भूखा रह जाएगा, कुछ तो खिला दो, कुछ तो ऑर्डर कर दो.
Namita, you go to someone else's house. I've had people come to the house and they said, "Oh, what's made for khana?" And I'm like, "Okay, there's dal sabzi or chicken or whatever." And they're like, "Oh no, is it okay if I just order some nuggets for this kid?" Seriously? I mean, we ate whatever was made at home. This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful to the mother who's cooked or the grandmother or the cook who's cooked, even if you have hired out. This is disrespectful. How can you refuse food? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we could have gotten away with this. This is an indulgence that, parents have allowed.
No, you're absolutely right, Simrit. It is bad. And, one of the things which I find quite surprising is that kids just say no. If you say something to them, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but, with our parents, this was not a choice we had. Today, I can tell my kids, like, get up, go clean your room. And they turn around and say, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like doing it. I mean, what? So, but, there are families where kids simply say no. No,
Yeah.
and I won't clean my room. You can't make me. I really wonder if that's a good thing. Just hearing no. And I also have seen kids would just walk away. They would not even acknowledge that you have told them to do something. It's surprising. And I agree that children should learn the word, no, as a need whenever they are naughty. But it's not like this. You don't want
the
something.
word, we want them to say no when they're feeling uncomfortable.
Exactly.
There's some bad touch, but no, they can say, I don't want to touch this. I don't want to hug this auntie. I don't want to hug this uncle. I'm not comfortable for whatever reason. That's a good no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect the child's feeling. I get that. But simple disrespectful and simply telling your parent why you don't want to do, there's two very, and then ignoring the parent.
Yeah.
Sometimes when my son is doing this, when he's watching TV, he tends to like tune me out. So when he comes to me, I tune him out right back. And he doesn't like it because they're used to mama concierge service, right?
Exactly. I do the same thing.
Mama, and I'll just ignore him. And then my husband will say, can't you hear him? I said, I can hear him. He could hear me before. I can hear him. I don't want to answer. And so my son knows, okay, no, fall into place. This is not acceptable. Don't be rude. You're bringing up citizens of the world. Stop treating them like,
exactly.
I don't know.
It becomes a little awkward. Like, okay, no, all right. We need to fix it right away. I would do the same thing. But if my daughter is like, can you get me something? As like, she would just, as if like, she didn't hear it. It's like, okay. And next time she comes to me, Mama, can you do this? I'm like, I'm doing. Why are you ignoring me? I'm talking to you, Mama. Why are you ignoring me? This is very rude. And like, okay, now you say it's rude.
I think our parents were rude.
Exactly.
Did we ever call them up? Oh, you're rude. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine what would happen?
It's like tit for tat. Like, if you do this to me, I'll do this to you. So you have to make your own choice what you're going to do. So I think that works. So yes, but it's a very common habit that kids have picked up these days.
But there's another thing that now kids do that we could never have done is when they throw huge tantrums. Even when they're young, whether it's crying or slamming doors or just plain screaming at the parents and in public, not even in, behind closed doors, even behind closed doors, you allow them, then they're going to do this. But I think it's just disrespectful, rude, and you find those kids very obnoxious because they can't stop doing it even in public. It's also something we could have never, ever have done. I mean,
making faces,
I mean, putting that line would have been like, our parents never hit us, slapped us, anything. But we just knew that there was a line that you don't cross. It's called respect, right? Absolutely. But even in our home, even when we got into trouble with our parents, scolded us, we weren't allowed to show our anger even. I mean, it was a big no. I mean, we've allowed my son to show his anger, but in quiet, meaningful ways.
Yes. No, we would not.
It was... Get out of it.
I know. It used to fire back even if we have showed it accidentally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just remembered one huge difference between kids of today and us is that if someone came to your house and we saw someone we knew and we would just go and greet them. In India, we say namaste or touch their feet, greeting them nicely.
Or
But
whatever.
if
Yeah, hug
someone
them.
comes today to your house, it is like that, kids would just not even acknowledge. They would just be in their room. They would not come and greet. I mean, for us, it was a norm that, okay, somebody has come, you have to go. You have to go and greet them. But now, even if you tell them, okay, somebody has come, can you just go and wish and somebody, it's fine, mama. It's like, I was like, really? You cannot do this. You have to greet. No, even on the video call, if you're talking, the first thing you have to do is you have to greet your uncle or aunt, namaste. You have to. You cannot start the conversation just randomly. So that is what I feel kids get they feel embarrassed, like saying hello or namaste to somebody who comes to your house. But I really don't understand that. And forget, we used to go out of our way and just wish them and then greet them, try to get water for them. It's like, it's an affair that we would appreciate. But now, if the same thing happens, it's a challenge. It would, and parents, and I've seen parents say, हाँ ठीक है ये ऐसा ही है यार, ये मूडी है, ऐसे ही करता है, क्या करे, बच्चे हैं आजकल के, ऐसे ही हैं बच्चे. You're like, come on, that's not it.
But to accept that kind of behavior, we're lowering the bar.
Exactly.
We're lowering the bar of creating
Absolutely right.
We're lowering the bar. Like, these are social manners, etiquettes. You get up, say hello to somebody. Someone comes in, you look the other way. How would you feel? I don't understand how that works. And a lot of our kids here in Delhi or India live in intergenerational families, which means they have grandparents. So the grandparents' friends come and they don't meet, or they don't even come and say hello to the grandparents properly.
Yeah.
So my home, there is a rule that, okay, the friends come, my sons come, and I'm like, oh, have you met grandma upstairs? Like, have you gone and met her? And so they all know. And so my mother-in-law will always say, oh, but the kids are so good. And I'm like, you know what? When they come to my house, it may be wrong and maybe parents don't like it and they have the right not to send their children to our house. But when they're under my roof, while they come and they're young, even when they're older, if they come to my house, they'll have to live by the rules that we set.
You're right. If we were saying hi to our child's friends, they would just pass through. They would not even acknowledge you. It's like we are a stranger. Though they will come to our house, they would know that this is his mom, and yeah, that's very rude. Yeah, I know. I get it.
Well, there are a lot of changes in social behavior that have happened in the past 20 or 30 years. But is the change in the children or in the parenting styles? Now, that's the real takeaway here and the real question.
Yeah.
So, of course, times have changed. And, with that, norms have changed as well. And, of course, we've raised the bar on parenting as well. We expect dads and moms to step up, be participative. They have to be careful about mental health and things like this. But under a lot of these different types of stresses is also that we are raising citizens of the world. And there were a lot of good things when we were growing up. So let's not forget that. Good behavior patterns of the past are still well appreciated today. And they go a long way. So maybe it's not such a bad thing for you guys to raise the bar on your kids as well when you're raising the bar yourself.
Yes.
But it's an individual choice, whatever makes you all happy.
About making happy. It's about just telling them the right thing, I would say. They just tell them the right thing. Tell them what you grew up with. It's fine. You have to tell them. So yes, well, that's all on Talktous today, but we look forward to hearing from you all. So if there's anything that you guys see that you like about our show, do let us know in the comment section, or you can email us at hello@talktoustoday.com. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay notified of our new videos every Friday at 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Talktous today. Remember to talk about Talktous today. Keep smiling.
Keep smiling. Keep laughing. Keep talking. And keep watching us, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys next Friday. Bye.
Okay.